Dope. Okay.
I think I clapped before you.
It doesn't matter as
No?
long as. Yeah, you probably broke it. But
You broke it. You were slow. You said 10 past.
this is just how you are now. This is just like your thing. Like let's yell at Errol on the podcast. This is entertaining.
I feel like I always do this in
This
life. Like,
accurate, accurate.
okay.
Oh, let me. So there's stuff on here that I meant to talk to you about.
Mm-hmm.
Because we have a email address now.
Oh my God. We're
Yeah.
like legit. Who's emailing us? Nobody.
We got emails already. And how's the fan page?
It's coming along great. Building.
It's really
I'm building
just
it.
like a button press, man. Like
I know, dude. I'm gonna do it today. Can you just? I'm gonna do it today.
Okay.
It's on my list. You
I'm
should see
sure
my
it
list
is.
of to do
All right.
things. It's really funny because my to do list has all these important things like make fan page, do work for school, prep for class, and it'll have the little things like I don't know, do the laundry,
Get your hair did.
shop online. Guess where all my time goes?
Shopping
To online shopping.
Yo, I got
Yo,
new sneakers.
yo. Oh my God, what are they? What did you get?
They're hardened 2s. That doesn't
know what
probably
that
mean much to you. But yo, it's my third pair of sneakers I've bought in the last 2 months. Can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where have I been? Where have I been? Outside.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
And when I go
Yep.
outside, you know what I wear?
Yep.
These. That's what I water the lawn in. It's what I take the trash out in. It's what I
You
wear
have
when
a lawn?
I got mad lawn. I got lawn for days.
I need to see this house. Oh
I
my God.
got lawn because it's like a corner lot, right? So I have no backyard, right? And this is not a conversation about my butt, okay? And I know like that's what you were thinking, like I have like a flat, but like
well.
we're not doing that.
I don't think that I'm in the position to tell anyone they have a flat ass. I'm not that person.
Same.
I don't jump to put on my jeans. I don't know Beyonce's pain.
I mean, I jump to put on my jeans, but that's just because they are unreasonably tight. But that's my style.
Oh my God.
But you gotta.
Yeah,
I don't understand how you haven't seen. Like, yo, I own property.
Dude, I know. I haven't been over there to visit you in so long. I need to come. Can I stay over when I come? Cause
Yeah, you know where you'll
normally
sleep.
I would like crash on the couch.
Yeah, I still have a couch.
Yeah.
Depending on where in the
Okay.
world Apollo is, like
Okay.
that's his bed. That's really it's Sid's
Aw.
bed. Because this is like her.
Oh my
her
God.
room.
Sid and me can cuddle.
She's
She
not
loves
really
me.
into that.
No, she is.
No,
She will be.
Um,
Just wait.
Okay, listen. Welcome to episode 8. This is the Bestie Cast.
I can't believe we're 8 episodes in, and I keep losing track of the number too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 8. We did like 3 that we didn't publish, and they'll never see the
pretend.
light of day because
Ever.
they're terrible.
They were
terrible.
horrible.
Things were said on the podcast.
Oh, was it? Did I say ignorant
oh
things?
God.
Sorry.
And you guys, Tanzima's like a certifiable genius. But
She's
sometimes, like, she just be coming out her neck. And the things that are said.
She does.
Yeah, but, so, like, yeah, we got 3 episodes that we will probably never show the world. But we're really proud to bring you these last few. The feedback and the comments we've
Wait,
been
when
getting
we make it to 1 year? Sorry, when we make it to 1 year, can we then release the 3 terrible episodes?
with big redactions. So it'll be like we'll be having a conversation. I don't understand why the bleep do the bleep, and then yeah, we'll do that.
Wait,
Mad
I
ads
don't
in
think
it,
I said
too.
anything. I don't think I said anything like that. Did I?
Oh, no, definitely not.
Okay.
No, I don't think. I mean, there were problematic things said, but not in the episode. It was like before we were recorded. And I'm really nervous right now.
Because we're saying that I said problematic things,
no,
guys.
No, that you're going to slip.
Oh, and say something problematic? I mean, yeah.
There's a chance.
Well, I just did about Arabs, but whatever.
Oh, God. Oh.
What? I just feel like I can talk. I talk shit about everyone.
Oh, man.
My own people, everyone else's people.
Okay.
And Arabs are my people because I have Arab blood somewhere back there, and I'm Muslim. So, whatever.
Like I was saying, we have an email address. It's, oh man, what is it? I'm so thrown
Email
off.
us if you're offended.
Yeah.
By anything I've said. No, seriously. If I offend you, you can tell me.
It's bestiescast, all one word, @gmail.com. Let us know what you think, please.
So creative.
Please rate us.
Please rate us.
Please rate us. A 5-star rating helps. Tell your friends that they should listen for this premium content right here.
And nothing problematic will be said.
There will definitely be some problematic things said, but
there will.
We'll just be on the same page about those problematic things because a lot of people need to catch these flames and fuck them. So,
speaking of which,
yeah, people
that need to catch these flames. I just want to bring up something. I feel like need to talk about the Breonna Taylor case and what has happened with this. So for those of you who don't know, nobody was charged with anything with the murder of Breonna Taylor. And it wasn't surprising because I feel like this is the pattern. This has always been the pattern. The thing that really bothered me was that yesterday I was having a conversation with someone, a friend of mine, and he was really upset. And he was like, he's like, I'm arguing with black people on Facebook who are saying the cops were right to do what they did because her boyfriend shot at them. And I just want to, let's contextualize this case for a second. The police broke in. They did a no-knock warrant on the wrong house. So they essentially broke into somebody's home. Mm-hmm. These people were sleeping. Breonna Taylor and her boyfriend were sleeping. They're woken up thinking that they're getting robbed or about to get killed. And it was self-defense, of course. Yeah. If you had a gun in your house and somebody broke in, you're going to shoot because that's the normal thing to do. That's the normal response. You're going to defend yourself. So that's one thing. The second thing is people are like, well, legally speaking, all of a sudden, I love when black people get killed, all of a sudden, everyone turns into a legal fucking scholar. Shut up, okay? Because legality has never been a measure of what is or is not correct, especially in this country.
Yeah, absolutely. In a country that chattel slavery was legal. Mm-hmm. But the other thing, though, and this is what kills me. We're definitely gonna say problematic things on this show because you are the rage. And you might come you might come hot with it, but we're on the same page, I am always disgusted by this country's treatment of black people and other marginalized people, but I'm never surprised by it. And to expect that a legal system that don't give a shit about you, that ain't never gave a shit about you, is gonna work. Right. In this case, and then you talk about, well, legally speaking, well, what about the black woman in Detroit who got shot in the face when she went up to the white guy's house looking for directions? Did he do any time? No, that was legal. Nope. You know why it was legal? Yep. Because he ain't you, nigga. He's not black. So yes, you can defend your home with deadly force. Yeah. If you're playing music too loud in your car at the gas station, and a white person feels offended, they can shoot you in the face and get away with it.
If you're walking home, and you're a child with a bag of Skittles in your hand.
Skittles are too fucking loud.
Yeah. A white asshole named George Zimmerman can fucking come and shoot you and get away with it because of the stand your ground law, but the same law does not apply to black women who are being abused, who fired a warning shot, not even a shot. in the air doesn't apply to her. So I just want to, all the people who are, coming with the legality. And it's not only in this case. I feel like this is always, like,
well, your self hate is
anytime.
showing when you come with that, because like
Yeah.
that's bullshit. It's legit bullshit. And that's the thing. Like, I feel like people, especially right now, like just the sensitivity that people have around racism. Like let those cops had been in front of her house yelling nigger, everybody would be up in arms. But when it's not that like interpersonal, when it's like how systems play out, people get confused. That shit is racism.
Right.
That's racism. Not the white guy calling you a nigger outside. Right? That's not that's fucked up. The
Racism is
is
structural.
that I could bust this door down with a warrant that came really just to do this, just to terrorize communities of color, right? Around crack, right? That came and fuck them. Your racism is showing. Your self hate is showing when you're talking about laws out here. And the thing is, like, it's just so funny, like this time that we live in, where everything is sort of like blackwashed right now after after all the protests. So like the NBA is rocking Black Lives Matter every place, and I feel like we talk about this like as like people of color start to come into like their political awareness, and how like like we all, to live in this country. I feel like this is like a Baldwin quote that I'm gonna butcher.
Yeah.
But like to live in this country, or maybe this is like Du Bois. But like you have to have like the split self, because you can't fully exist in a place that is determined to destroy you, right? So part of your brain has to be like holding that part down, right? While the other part of your brain is trying to pretend like everything is cool. So you see this shit with her, and it's been 194 days or some shit, right?
Yeah.
And people are like, arrest the cops. Well, I don't believe in jail, right? I don't believe in any of that stuff. But we're talking about arrest her, arrest these cops. I mean, the people who are supposed to arrest them and try them are the ones who gave them the warrant and the
power to do this.
The power to do it, So there's never a worry.
I think that's a good point that you brought up, how racism is a structural thing and not an interpersonal thing. And I think most of the time, for many reasons, in our society, we only understand the interpersonal. Yep. And the interpersonal instances of like people doing and saying fucked up shit. And, Stokely Carmichael has a great quote where he says, if a white man wants to lynch me, that's his problem. If he has the power to lynch me, then that's my problem. Yeah. That's the difference between interpersonal people's prejudices and biases and fucked up things and actual racism. Yeah. Because racism will take your life. Will allow someone who has those biases, those prejudices to take your life. And that's the important thing.
And then, but I also think, like, it kind of, like, so for me, like, I think of, like, movies and stuff like that, right? This is, like, you're walking around, and that something's not right. Everything's got, like, a green tint to it because you're in the Matrix, right? None of this shit is real. You think that's air you're breathing? Like, none of this shit is made for us. Every part of this place is meant to destroy us, right? Yeah. So, like, it can't be Black Lives Matter, arrest those cops. Cops don't get arrested. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I have somebody who I care about a lot who is a cop, and he tried to send me some video the other day, and the video was about a white dude who gets pulled over and ends up shooting cops. And he's like, see, because our lives are in danger. Get the fuck out of here.
You walk around with a gun and a badge. You walk around with a gun and a badge.
And training. And let that have been somebody who, like, was not white, who had, let's just start, was having a fucking diabetic fit on the side of the road. Would have been dead.
Oh, my God. Yep.
Angry woman who wasn't white would have been dead. A nervous black kid would have been dead.
Would have been dead.
Because this fucking white man, get the fuck out of here. It's like, it's... I just, man, like, we have to, as a people, we got to get to a place where we stop hating ourselves and we stop listening to that voice that tells us that this is how it's supposed to be. because like
Right.
all you have to do is just like turn off the noise for 2 seconds, walk outside, see kids running around with masks on. You hear this idiot talking about, you know, he's not, get rid of the ballots. Then you don't have to worry about me counting the votes. Like, yo,
Oh my God.
shit is not okay.
Yeah.
And like we need to stop acting like this shit is our fault, you know? And like, okay, so here comes the hate, right? So, but at the same time, these are the same people who are like, yo, go vote.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh,
I mean, and I'm gonna.
Go vote.
I'm gonna.
No, but my thing is just like, so I had this argument with somebody, like last week. This woman I went to college with. So she's like this Dominican lady who loves America. I think she like really loves America. Like, you know, there are those immigrants who are like, this is the best country in the world. She's like that. And so, you know, I think the problem with people who think that way is that they have real faith in the idea that America was created to actually be a place of equality. Like all those things America talks about being about, which most of us know or many of us know are not real. There are certain people who really, really, really believe in that. And it's not just immigrants. This is, I think, the same thing with some black people who are like, the legality stuff and, you know, go vote and all this. It's like you're believing the myth of America. But let's look at the history of America and look at, you know, from the beginning, it has never been about that.
Yeah.
And so I had this argument with her where she was just like angry with me because I don't vote. And she was like, how can you not vote? You know, and she's like, this is the problem. Like, you're the problem. I'm the problem with this country because, you know, me not voting, me choosing to abstain from a system that's a two-party system, first of all, that is, you know, run by the Electoral College. And the votes are decided, the winner, rather, is decided by the Electoral College. So me abstaining, which abstention is also a choice that we have, you know, because I don't do that, it's my fault that you know, more candidates don't run. We only have a two-party system. It's my fault because if I voted, we would have more than a two-party system. How? Where's the logic? You know. But I had this argument with her. Yeah.
Just well, more people gotta go out and vote. Yo, the last time they told us to do this, the person that we were told to vote for won by 3 million votes. So what are we supposed to do now?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then the thing is, like, yo, I'm a vote. So, yo, everybody, seriously, shut up. I'm gonna vote, okay? And all of my white friends, please don't say your people did X, blah, 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 to be able to go vote.
Oh, my God. I hate that stupid argument. I hate it. First of all, nobody died to vote in a sham system that is clearly a sham, okay? That's number one. And then I saw this really great meme where it was like, it's always you vote because your ancestors died to vote. It's never become a revolutionary because your ancestors, you know, died for freedom.
Because they did that too, you know.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, like as communities of color, we have to start thinking about how do we truly build our own shit. So like how do we, okay, so this orange dude is probably gonna steal this shit, but okay, still gotta get up every day. Still got to do this shit. But how do I start keeping these people around me safe? How do we start to build our own? Because the other thing is, like, so much of this shit is a sham. And as, like, the pieces keep falling apart, to me, that's the beauty, you know? It's like, all, you know, the times that we were in Detroit, right? Like, Detroit is a place where, like the blanket of capitalism has already been, like, pulled thin, right? And it's starting to get all gentrified and shit again, but, like, to see the places where people of color were like, nobody's coming to save us, you know?
Right.
We gotta save ourselves.
Totally gone. So this is the thing, right? Like, and a lot of the U.S. is actually, I think, like this. Like, I feel like Providence is like this. Like, when I took my husband, so my husband came to visit me, guys. This was like 3 years ago, or 2 years ago.
Where does your husband live?
He lives in London. So my husband lives in London. He can't get it. He can't come to the U.S. because of all the immigration stuff going on. We're gonna try in March, but then the virus happened, and so now we're just like we're gonna wait. And also, he doesn't want to come here because he's watching everything.
He's like an intellectual gangster who is like his family is from Iran,
Iraq.
So you know, like this country loves. Yeah.
So he actually never wanted to come here, and still doesn't want to come here, and I really don't blame him. Because, well, he's just like, he's like, first of all, he's like, they killed my whole family. Like but this is actually real. Like in the first Gulf War, they were already in the UK because they were refugees to the UK. But in the first Gulf War, like he was like, there was a whole period of time where like we were getting phone calls every day of people just getting killed,
Jesus.
and my mom was just crying, like every day for weeks, you know. So they actually America actually murdered his whole family. And so he's never wanted to come here. And also he's just like, this is like the epicenter of shit. Yep. It's the epicenter. It's the empire, you know? Yeah. And he's like, I don't want to live in the center of empire. He's like, that shit's going to crumble. And when I brought him to Providence, well, when he came here, he was just like, yo, he's like, it looks like there's no state. Like, he's like, even in the poorest parts of the UK, and he took me to where he grew up in London. He grew up in the hood, in the projects. Yeah. Let me tell you, it is, can I live there? Because it is so nice.
That's how
it
I
is
felt
so
when
nice
I
compared to what we have.
England.
Yeah.
Services.
It is so nice. Services, you have things. There's a standard because there's a state, right? Yep. And in so much as there's going to be a state, the state has to provide you with things. Yeah. If the state is not providing you with things, you don't. What do you have? You have an overseer.
Yep.
You have a master. That's it. You know.
Master. And
right.
I think like that's the opportunity here, right? Like we can start to do those things for ourselves. I feel like like Providence is something special. You know, like this is to me this is like the first colony. You know, like we don't have a ton of overseers because we behave. You know. We stay in our lines here, you know. We try to act like master. When I say we, I don't mean me generally, but that's the thing. Like, this was supposed to be the light episode, Tanzim.
I mean,
we're supposed to be talking about TV shows and stuff.
Yeah, but the TV show we're talking about is not light. Like, even the TV show we're talking about talks about this stuff, you know, which is why I love it so much. But no, like. Providence, okay, so can I ask you a question? When you say that, are you talking specifically about the people of color in Providence? Because I always felt like that about people of color in Providence.
Like, I feel like like, we need so much, like, love and healing and, like, honesty with each other, though. Like, because I think the thing about people who are from Providence, like, we don't forget shit, you know? But, like... I feel like people don't get called out the ways that they need to, you know. But like to me, like so much of that is just about this bullshit system. Like, you know what? If you're trying to steal like my bushels of cotton that like Master told me to pick, fuck you, keep them. You know, like I rather. I'm really trying to figure out how do I get off this plantation and like, yo, if you Toms could do you over there, like we're trying to set something up different here. And I think for a long time I was so mad at all of these people, all of this, like, these people, like, chasing power and, like, political bullshit. Like, yo, get it. If that's your dream, you know, like, the world that I want to inhabit and, like, the places that I want to create for people who look like me, don't involve that shit, you know? And I feel like I try to be real nice and real upfront with people, but I'm not getting in your dumb shit, you know? Like, even with, like, work right now, you know? Like... I can't see myself going back and working for the public school, you know, like
after all the stuff that's going on, of course.
But well, So this is some bullshit, and like, yo, my thing is also like, for all the Breonna Taylors and all of the black and brown indigenous people that this country has like just ground up, like there's gonna be justice one day, you know, like we are fighting for this. We're gonna create something better. It ain't coming from no fucking courts though. It's not. You know, it's gotta be us and us doing it, us creating better ways to keep each other safe, to keep each other together. It ain't gonna be them. You know, it's never been that. And
and I just want to also say, and I'm not equating intercommunal violence with state violence because I understand that it's not the same, but we have got to stop victimizing each other. Because let me tell you, New York City, since this virus hit, it's I feel everyone feels it. It's going back to like being like the 80s. Like crazy things are happening, shootings are up, everything is going nuts. Every night I see kids riding around outside. I'm talking about like young, like 13 years old. Last night I was driving home at like it was probably like 2 in the morning. And it was me and my friend. And they were like children, like young kids, like 13, 14 years old, outside riding around at 2 in the morning. And we were just like, yo, what is happening? You know? And you see this more and more. And you're seeing more and more problems happening, just like on your block, like outside. You're seeing, you feel the tension up, you know? And we have got to also stop victimizing each other. Not because it's the same thing as when the state does it, but we're dealing with so much that when we lash out at each other. But these are the people that we need.
Yeah, we gotta figure out how to heal each other and
right,
recognize that like these behaviors, this anger, this hurt, this rage, just it comes from the state. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
right. Right. We just enact the violence on each other that the state enacts on us. Like, it's just like, you know, when you're abused, it's like, think about like an abused child, you know? And a child that grows up abused, that's all they know. So a lot of times, this is how the cycle of abuse continues. When you have children, because you were abused, you do the same thing. And it's just like the same thing over and over again, you know? Like, we're lashing out at each other when really it's the state. It's the people in power that are doing this, that are causing this. And that's who we should be fighting, really.
And the
There's
thing
nobody
is,
else.
like, it ain't just us. Like, like my hope is that like good white people realize that like, yo, you're getting fucked too. You know, you just might be getting it a little bit better than us, but like, ain't nobody free. Like nobody's free.
Nobody's free. And the thing is, this is what whiteness has always been about, right? Like, race is not real. They created these terms in order to elevate white people here and put black people here and put everybody else wherever, you know? But it was really to subjugate, and they keep selling this lie to poor white people who are getting fucked, and they keep buying it. Like, that recent rally that Trump had, where he basically was like, you got good genes, so like a gathering of white people, you know? What do you think that is? Like, that's like a dog whistle. So like,
that ain't a dog whistle. That's a regular whistle. Yeah. This dude is not smart enough for dog whistles. And the thing is,
that's true.
That's the shit that gets me. Like, it's so brazen. It's so brazen.
Yep.
You know? Like,
yeah.
Everybody on this block, like, we are getting ready. In ways that like you and I have definitely talked about in the past, because shit is about to. I think that things will be okay in Rhode Island for the most part, because you got to come a long way out of the country to get to the hood, you know. And I feel like most people in the hood already been ready.
Yeah.
Every trip to the barbershop, I always ask, how many of you guys got guns?
Yep.
Everybody got guns already. Right?
Yeah.
And you know, and I don't think it's like on some like tough guy stuff. I think that like everybody's like, no, it's not gonna happen here. We got babies. We gotta protect our kids. You know.
Right. Yeah.
But you know, well, this is the thing. Like, I am willing to place hope in this bullshit structure, because one, I don't know what else we could do in this moment, and two, you know, I think that when he decides that, like, laws need to change, okay, you're fucking up everybody's cash, you know, and, like, they're not going to tolerate that, so.
But I feel like that has also already happened. Like we are in the middle of a global pandemic. Everyone has lost their job, and there's no stimulus package for how long now? Since July? I mean, people can't pay their rent still, you know? And they're not forgiving it. You're going to be asked out. Yeah. When that moratorium is up on evictions, everyone's getting evicted, which also doesn't make sense. It's just like, this is the thing about it. It's like, even if you were like the most capitalist of all the capitalists, and you were like, I just want to make money, it doesn't make sense to make your like 80% or whatever of your population, like such a huge percentage of your population homeless, that's your consumer base.
Well, but this
To
is
have
not
that
like.
much of your population not able to consume,
But
you ain't
capitalism
make
doesn't
money.
think. There's
Yeah.
no breaks. So
Right.
it's like how do we take it all? And then the end run is like if you owned all of this stuff, you're like, oh, I should be buying like stock in crematoriums or some shit because there's gonna be a lot of dead people. Like
Yeah.
that's how they think. Like there's nothing.
Yeah. Yep.
Breathe.
It's okay. It's gonna be fine.
We got
gonna
this
be fine.
though.
We're
Like
gonna figure it out.
it is actually gonna be fine. There's gonna be a lot that has to happen between now and then. Like there's gonna be a reckoning, and people gotta decide. Like, are you trying to bring back a time and a place that never existed, or are you working to make a brand new day?
Right.
Hey Tanzim.
Hi.
How
So
you doing?
speaking of all of this stuff, I'm great.
Good.
Excited.
Same.
Classes started, so I'm doing online teaching. It's not as bad as I thought it would be. I mean, it was bad last semester. It's not the same as obviously in-person teaching, but you make it work. But I'm doing good other than that. Another podcast. So my husband, who I was talking about just a little while ago, he has a podcast. Well, it's not a podcast. Let me stop because that's not what he likes. Not a podcast. It's a seminar, an open seminar. So because this is the academia, right? So he's he has a PhD already, like he finished. And he does these he's a private tutor and he does these open seminar sessions and it's on like his like topic of like his dissertation, which is phenomenology, which is from philosophy. He's a philosopher. So we're talking about that stuff, but he breaks it down. Basically what he does is like make it palatable to like a normal audience, like not a non-academic audience. And that's where I come in because I'm not a philosopher. So I'm the person that's
definitely
there.
an academic though.
No, I am. I'm unfortunately. But I'm not a philosopher, and I haven't read any of the stuff that he's talking about for philosophy. So I'm the person that's there to be like, can you talk to me like a normal person, like break down what you just said, and then he does it. So we have this open seminar thing. He's been doing it for 6 months, and I just came on to help him co-host. And you should check it out. It's the name of the Instagram. His Instagram is the Bildung Tutors. And maybe when we post this video, we can put like a link.
Yeah. He's
And
also on YouTube,
so basically,
right?
he's on YouTube. Yeah. So basically, the open seminars are every Monday at. If you're in New York, the time is 2:00. If you are in London, the time is PM. And then if you're in London, it's 7 p.m. over there. But it's basically just like if you want to know more, and it's I promise it's fun. It's not boring. But it's like if you want to understand like philosophical stuff in like a way that's like understandable, like simple terms.
Yeah.
You should check it out. Yeah.
It sounds dope. I'm gonna check it out. I think that I listened to like the first episode. I I think that Dr. Tanzim is like very smart, funny dude. He's got some weird beliefs around mayo though, just like mayonnaise and its relationship to the black community.
He hates mayonnaise. But you gotta understand something. In the UK and in Europe, mayonnaise is a very white thing, and they love it, and they put mayonnaise on absolutely everything, but that's the only thing they put. So it's like no spices, no flavor, nothing else, just mayonnaise. So it'll be like fish and mayonnaise, cucumbers and mayonnaise.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
But do you see? Okay, you see that reaction?
That's terrible.
That's why he's like that, because he's just like, what is it with these people and mayonnaise? They love it and they put globs of it on everything, and he's just like, that's gross.
So I went to London for a week in like 2005, and I gotta say the only actual like English food I had was like English breakfast one day after I was like wild hungover.
I hate English breakfast.
Yo, what's with the beans, man?
The
The
beans?
beans.
All right, the beans, the
I'm here
one
for
fried
French fries,
tomato,
man. Yeah. Ugh. Ugh,
the
like,
one fried
ugh.
tomato,
Oh.
the ear of pork that they
Oh
put
no,
on
there
your
was
plate.
no pork on my plate.
No,
She's Muslim.
no, I can't.
I'm not Muslim,
Yeah.
but there was no pork on my plate.
Yeah, no, no,
Um,
no. Oh,
but, like-
and at the time that I went and I had English breakfast, I was definitely eating pork at that time, and yeah, it was gross.
Terrible.
It was gross.
I had a lot of dope Indian food, Nepalese food. What else did I eat out there? I ate
You
a
know,
lot
curry
of alcohol.
Curry is their national dish in the
I
UK.
thought it was like what's some joints on the side? Chutney. They love some chutney, right?
Yeah, but chutney is not a meal. I'm talking about the national dish. Like,
It's curry.
that it's curry now. Yeah, and there's all these curry houses all over London, which is like the best food, to eat, but it will fuck up your stomach.
They got
Some of
better
it.
bathrooms in the UK. Well, I
They do.
experienced
They do.
higher toilets, which for a tall person that was
Yeah.
helpful.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So like just a quick about Errol, the star of this show.
Clearly.
My week has been good, I think, right? It's been a good week. It's Providence is going into a second week of school. That's like so stressful.
What are the numbers? What are the numbers like?
So last week was actually the second week. We're going into the third week today. We're recording on Sunday. Monday is a holiday in Providence. It's Yom Kippur.
What's the holiday? Oh,
Yeah,
it's a
Yom
holiday here
Kippur,
too. I
and
never
then
know when the
Rosh
holidays are.
Hashanah, I think, is like next week or something.
Okay.
So high Jewish holidays. So that first week of school, 5 cases of corona. I didn't hear anything. No. So we recorded at the end of the first week, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, there were 5 cases that we heard of in the city of Providence. Not sure if there's been more because they're also real good at quieting things down,
Yeah.
But this next
Yeah.
week, more grades are coming back into the schools. So the things that the teachers were talking about, like their classes were fine initially, are starting to not be fine. Some other fuckery that has been pulled is that so if you were a parent who said these schools are not safe, I'm keeping my kid home, we're going to do the online virtual learning. What teachers are being asked to do now is to teach kids in person while also teaching online.
How would you do that simultaneously? How? Wow. Wow.
And this is the ongoing thing, and like we all gotta really stay vigilant around this stuff, man. And if you have young people in school, check up on them. Like if you are not feeling good about what your kids school situation is, call fools out. Okay, as a parent, as a person who and as a person who worked in a school, they're scared to death of families that follow up. Up. Doesn't matter what you look like or how you sound. Just keep going, regardless of how they try to make you feel. Let them know that you are there and you are not taking their bullshit, and they will listen to you. If you have questions, especially if you're like a Providence family and you need help figuring out who you need to light a fire under the ass, our email is bestiecast@gmail.com. Hit us up. We post these things to our Facebooks. Send a message. We will respond. We got your back. It's not okay.
Yeah, and actually, so just something about the numbers in New York. So
Yeah,
schools have been pushed back again. So they're
smart.
not opening. Which is like smart, but also proof that there was just never a plan ever
Yep.
in place on how to do this. But teachers are back in the schools, and like you might have heard, if you've heard the podcast, we had a teacher from the New York City DOE, Department of Ed, on with us, and she was talking about the situation and how basically the numbers, are going up. They're continuing to go up.
Hmm.
And teachers are getting sick already, and kids are not even in the schools yet. But for the first time since I believe June, New York City recorded 1,000 new cases a day yesterday.
A
So the
thousand cases?
numbers,
Is that what you said?
1,000. Yep, 1,000 new cases in a day. So the numbers are going up, and the thing is, it's not only from teachers being in schools. This is from everything. Like this is from the outdoor dining. This is from like they opened gyms in New York. They reopened our gyms. It doesn't make sense. Like I went in and I canceled my gym membership, and the guy was like, "Oh, why are you canceling?" Because we're in the middle of a global pandemic, and it
And
doesn't
the
make
air in
sense.
this
The
place is
gym is the
moist
worst
as
place.
fuck.
Yes, this is the
The
worst
air in
place
the
to
gym
be in
got
the midst of
whopped.
this.
Like you can't go
Yeah.
in there.
Oh. Oh, that's gross. Um, that's wow. Yeah. No, but like it's really dangerous, and they're just reopening everything. Supposed to reopen. They're supposed to reopen indoor dining at the end of this month, which I'm just like, what?
Cousin,
And
cousin,
who
cousin.
who is doing this?
That's like the other day I was driving. I wasn't driving. I don't drive. Um, we're going down the street, and I look, and there's a packed ass Chili's parking lot. These
Oh my
motherfuckers want to
god.
die for Chili's.
Chili's.
Chili's. You
Yep.
got all of these other restaurants. Are the baby backs that good? You can't get that shit to go.
I don't know.
Like I just
I
like
don't know.
I don't get it. I don't get it. Like and honestly,
You know.
part of what's
Yeah.
keeping me up at night is like I gotta get ready for a winter where I'm just walking around this corner lot right here,
Yeah.
like cause like I ain't going in no place. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, and then trying to figure out like how do you grow your bubble? Like who can you trust? Like where can you
Right.
how can you get some like human interaction? You know, outside of like your house. Like it's
Yeah. No, it's really it's bad and it's hard. I know. I know. And this winter is gonna be terrible. But it's just like it's also the
hey,
like
we're gonna
I
be
think
here
part
for
of
you
it.
this winter though. Besties.
Yeah, you guys
Bestie
can
Hive.
definitely watch our podcast.
Yeah, and our
But
cheerful tones. We got you. We got you.
but I think a part of it as to the why people are like doing these things. Like, why would you go to a Chili's right now? Well, I think people are desperate for normalcy.
Yeah.
Desperate for it, So it's just like we're just gonna go do whatever we used to do before because everything's gonna be fine.
Yep.
But and it's
Yep.
like everything will be fine, but you also have to take precautions, and there's certain things like you just can't do yet, and it
Yep.
sucks, Because you think I don't want to like go out? I keep telling all my friends, I just want to dance. I haven't gone to the club in so long. I just want to dance, but I'm not gonna. Even if they
Yeah.
reopen stuff, which they haven't, but if they did, I wouldn't do it because it doesn't make sense right now. I would love to be able to go to the gym, but it doesn't make sense. And it's for your health, but it's for the health of everyone else around you. And I think this is what's missing in the U.S. in particular. It's like, okay, I get that people are just like, oh, I'm not afraid of a virus.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. You're not
much a
scared. You're
grandma,
very
dog?
brave. But what about everyone else around you? Your grandma, all the people that like live around you, your neighbors. And it's like there's no sense of anything outside of yourself in this country, and that's part of I think the problem. It's this extreme selfishness.
Well,
But yeah.
so yeah, let's shift into some stuff that's a little more positive. But I think part of that is like, so like where do you go in your moments of like frustration and pain? And I think that we got to start to figure out how do we go from like it's all about me to like
Yeah.
it's all about us. Like yo, this moment is so frustrating, but like how do I make sure that at the end of this we're all there? You know what I mean? Like how do we do We gotta start working on that. We gotta start thinking about that.
Yeah.
So part of how I've been trying to keep myself sane is just like the things that I'm doing around the house. I've got these fish tanks, have a lot of fish. Yeah, like I don't know if you can see the pattern on my.
I was gonna ask you, are those fish?
Oh, they're fish.
I like.
They're definitely fish.
They're cute.
So like I've been, taking care of my fish. I got some fish that are some like real jerks. They just like they are kind of shitty to each other.
I didn't know fish could be jerks.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They can definitely be like, yo, let us know, Bestie Cast. If I don't get like 3 people firmly saying please don't do it, I'm definitely gonna include video and photos of my fish tanks. So yo, I mean, if 3 people don't say no with a 5-star rating, I think that means that the world wants this. They want to hear more about these fish and like how they misbehave, how they're crappy to each other, all that. And my issues trying to get these damn coral to live. Like, why won't the coral live in my fish tank?
Fishtails. This is what that segment is called. Fishtails.
Oh, yep, yeah, yo, that's what it is. Is that what you want, America? Happening. Is that what you want?
Okay, America, it's like 8 people.
Yeah. Excuse me.
What do you want?
Yo, we got lots of views on the YouTube. We got lots of downloads on the YouTube. The main
my God,
YouTube,
Uncle
not
Bernie.
that other YouTube.
Watch it on the YouTube.
But yeah, so like my fish are cool. They're fun. They're very relaxing. I've got a new supplement I've been putting in the water, which has been nice.
Oh my God, there's fish supplements?
Yo, there's so much. There's so much.
Okay. This is episode 1 of Fishtails. You gotta talk to us about the fish supplements. So do the fish pump like iron? Like what's happening with these supplements? Are they like getting muscular? Like they boxing? Like what are these fish doing?
Here it goes. Like if I had any kind of cool points, any kind of swag, it's gone.
It's been gone, Errol. You have a fish shirt on. It's been gone.
That's a cool shirt.
It is a cool shirt for nerds. Cool. Like not for actual cool people. But yeah, continue. Although nerds are the new cool.
All right. So
it's true.
Basically, when you have a fish tank, you're not really. Oh man, I'm doing this. I'm really doing this. Like you're not really taking care of the fish. You're taking care of the water and the sort of like the bacteria in the water. So if your water is good, your fish are good. And so I have like 2 big I have 2 saltwater tanks. One is 20 gallons and one is 65 gallons, and they've both been running for about a year. And it takes a long time for them to kind of get into their like equilibrium. And you're supposed to do all of these tests. But doing the tests it's mad tedious. It feels like doing the stuff, like if I got to carry 40 pounds of like water from tank to tank, and I got to clean out a cup of this thing that like kind of pulls all the fish poop out of the water. If I got to do that, I could do that. That's going to be like maybe a 3-hour process if I really do it once a week.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of crap that you can do, but it's like, you got plants, Tanzim? But do you have plants?
No, because I kill them.
All right,
they
you have
die.
a cat, though,
Every
right?
plant dies.
All right, but you have a cat.
Yeah.
You change your cat's litter. You feed your cat.
All right, I change the litter like once every 2 weeks, which is gross.
So that's what I'm doing with the fish tanks.
Okay. So it's fish litter.
It doesn't really smell like cat pee yet, like the equivalent of like the cat pee
smell.
Oh,
yeah.
But like I'm home all the time, so it's like, yo, that glass is getting dirty. Let me go clean the glass. Let me check this thing. Let me make sure the temperature is right. But like you do that stuff, and then it should just look fresh. And I think that like I didn't want to do the test, so I got this one supplement that just helps kind of keep everything in balance. And so I've been using that, and it seems like it's helpful. But that's, I like my dumb animals.
I had a goldfish when I was a kid. I didn't do any of this.
No, it sounds like you didn't. And no. I think that like
I just put tap water in there.
I think that like when
and
it
then
comes to
plop them in.
freshwater, like those poor fish, man. Like I have a beta over here, like a
Fighter fish.
yeah, but like it's in a 5 gallon tank with lots of plants in it and two other fish. It's living its best life, you know.
I was gonna get a tattoo of a fighter fish.
That's real.
Cause I feel like if I was gonna be a fish, I would be a fighter fish.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. You know when they're really happy, what they do? They make a nest made out of bubbles. They just blow bubbles.
Farts? You mean fish farts? Do
Okay.
fish fart?
Um,
Come on, fish expert. I don't think
I would
cats
say that
fart.
they don't fart. Cats definitely fart. Cats.
My cat doesn't fart.
Your cat farts. You just haven't caught it farting because it's the kind of thing
He
where it's
never
like this
farts.
little. It sounds like this. It sounds like,
do the sound.
and it's a terrible, terrible smell. It doesn't
Oh my
last
God,
very
no,
long.
my cat has never
But it
done
feels
this.
like the universe has been like ripped apart and like Satan just stuck his head out for a second.
Oh my God.
It's a bad smell. It doesn't last long, but it's terrible. It's
That is
terrible.
so funny. Speaking of
Yeah.
cats, my cat just walked in. Freddie, come here. Oh, he's not interested.
All right. Well, just put up his Instagram and we'll keep him. All right. So
Yo, people whose animals have Instagrams, I'm just like, Freddie.
all of this
Yeah,
is
no.
trying to get a cat to come to you. That's not how cats work.
He doesn't care. He just left. Okay, he's gone.
So, do you want to get to this show?
We were supposed to talk about Lovecraft Country today. That didn't happen.
Wait.
We got like 8 minutes left, dude. All right, it's fine.
What's some good food that you've been eating? I'm trying to stick to like.
Oh, what's good food that I've been eating? What have I been eating? Oh, well, I got a car.
You got a car?
I got a car. So I had a family member, and my uncle hooked it up, and I had been thinking about getting a car.
Why does
because
this
I know
tell
we're gonna
me
lock.
things?
Oh yeah, so I got a car. It just like happened 2 weeks ago. Basically, I was thinking to get a car because I know we're gonna lock down again. And the first lockdown, I almost lost my mind.
Yeah.
I almost went crazy because like I was just in the house and I was like, I'm not taking the train anywhere. I hadn't left. I just was here in my neighborhood. Like the most I did was like go for walks. But you can only go for so many walks, you know? So I was just like, okay, like I'm going crazy. So I wanted to get a car for several reasons because one, I can't be trapped in my apartment or just even on my block like for that extended period of time. And number two, to help me do my food shopping because so I used to food shop in my neighborhood and then I started going to Trader Joe's in the city. Trader Joe's is so much cheaper than any supermarket in the hood. The supermarkets in the hood way overcharge you. If you are listening to this, go to Trader. If you can get to a Trader Joe's, go to a Trader Joe's because they are cheap. Just live there, really. But they're cheaper and the quality of the food is actually better. And so I started going to Trader Joe's before the pandemic and I was like, oh, this is cheaper. I'm going to keep coming here. But then when everything happened and I wasn't getting on the train, I was like, I'm not going to go all the way, take the train just to go to Trader Joe's. So I stopped and I just started going food shopping in my neighborhood, but it was so expensive. And I'm just like, I can't afford this. So I got the car mainly to help me to do my food shopping in an affordable way.
Yeah.
And to get good quality food, right? So I do have a car. Oh my God, I have really bad night vision. I just realized this last night. So me and my friend were driving home. We went to my other friend's house and we were driving home and it was probably like 1 a.m, 1 something, like 1:30.
Yeah.
And I can't see that well at night. And this is strange. Like, I mean, I have really bad eyesight in general. But yeah, nighttime, like I was having a problem. Like, first of all the lights are super bright. Like everyone's car lights are ridiculously bright. And I know I sound like somebody's grandmother, but it's just like,
true,
it's
though.
true. It's true. Everything, like all the cars that are coming this direction towards, it's like blinding. I can't. And I'm just like, oh my God, like I can't see anything. And then even the rear lights of like the cars in front of you, the red light, they're super bright.
Cousin.
And I'm just like, oh my God, what's happening right now? And I really got to focus on looking at the lines to see where I'm going. So I can't look up. I can't do any of that. And there were moments last night where we almost died because of me.
Oh God.
Like, let me tell you.
Did you have
driving.
your glasses or contacts or whatever?
I have my contacts. I'm going to try to drive with my glasses at night and see if it minimizes some of this because I have my contacts in.
Yeah.
But we were like drive, and also everything is under construction. So all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it's like cones everywhere, and it's just like, it's like an obstacle course with a 5,000-pound machine that could kill you and everyone else. Yeah.
Quickly.
But it's really like an obstacle course. So during the day, I don't have a problem driving, but at nighttime, I was just like, holy crap, like I can't see anything.
Yeah.
So then we're driving, and the highway split, and I didn't see it came out of nowhere, and I just went, whoo, and I like turned the car at the last second. We got off on the exit, but we could have died, and it would have been my fault.
Oh God. Well, I'm really happy that you didn't, and let's just
too.
try to keep it safe moving forward. You know.
I'm gonna try the glasses and see how it works.
See how that goes.
Also,
maybe
I
wear 'em
haven't.
both. Double up.
Yeah, that's not how that works.
Double up.
But I also haven't driven in 10 years. Like I have not driven a car in that long.
Since you sold me that car.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That car that I crashed broke both of the axles off of.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
How?
Allegedly.
You never told me the details.
Allegedly.
You never told me
Allegedly.
the details of this accident. You
I'll
just
tell
said
you
you had
off
an
the
accident.
podcast.
Okay. Yeah, I need to know.
That's actually, I think, like a real important thing that happened to me, though. Yeah, I feel like I was being reckless and got into a bad, relatively, a materially bad accident, but no one was like actually hurt, but like could have been real bad. I think that I had to like start to face some things, started to try to do better.
Oh my God, I feel like this is a podcast episode. I feel like we have to have this conversation.
Yeah, at some point for sure. It actually started me onto my Grand Theft Auto online, like, ridiculous obsession.
Oh God.
I became a blood online. I was just excuse me.
Sorry, you said a blood online.
I was bicking back being bull.
Okay.
We had like our crew had like 300 members.
Wait. So what's the initiation?
Dude was like, "Yo, blood, do you want to join?" And I'm like looking him up, and I'm like, guys. I think he's really a blood. I think he's really a blood.
Online, yeah.
No, because then he would like disappear for bids. Like he would be gone for like 3 to 5. He was gone for like 3 to 5 months. I mean, you know, it was fun. It was like an experiment kind of. At first, like the people who we were like recruiting were like really out here trying to bang online, you know.
Oh my God. How?
If we saw people that had like crypt tags,
Yo. Oh my God. All right, your nerdiness has just been you're like the king of the.
But yo, I was doing like a ethnographic study.
Yeah, okay.
I wanted to know about these like
online.
disparate like internet subcultures.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even tell you about that Mexican motorcycle gang experience that I had on GTA.
It must have been terrifying. I mean,
it was awesome.
You
Those were my dudes. Those were my dudes. I miss them so much.
Online. You could have lost your life online. So wait. So the Mexican motorcycle gang, was it like just Mexican dudes who play the game, who formed the motorcycle gang, and then we're a motorcycle gang online?
It was like, so there's like all. The episode.
Tell me about
where
your
Errol
Dungeons and Dragons.
His just how much of a scrub he is. So some background about the MC culture on GTA Online. People roleplay this shit like real hard. Like there's rules to how, like, what weapons you can use and like all kinds of shit like this.
Oh wow!
And like, yo, it was very fascinating. It was fascinating, and it was like, it was at a point where I was like, yo, I wanna see like what this like motorcycle culture can be, because like I think as we have like serious conversations, there's some shit for me around like MCs. Like you see the painting up here. Mm-hmm. It's got like that kind of like top rocker, bottom
motorcycle.
Rocker. Yeah, aesthetic. Like I dig the aesthetic. You should watch Rebel Kings. Have you seen Rebel Kings?
Oh yeah, I've seen Rebel Kings about the Bronx. Yeah.
About the Bronx. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like that aesthetic. But like there's some like real rules around how like they play. And I thought that was like fascinating. Like MC culture has always been fascinating to me, but like it's wild racist. And
of course.
And then I was like, yo, like what are the black MCs? The black MCs that I found, and like, yo, maybe there's like some OG listening who can tell me otherwise. They were like, you had to be a Marine or like an ex-cop.
Really?
Yeah,
wow.
That's not me.
That's crazy.
But then like the Mexican dudes, like they wasn't white, you know, and they wasn't rocking American flags on all of this stuff. So like I met a couple dudes who were like Mexican guys who were into it, and also like one of them was in a Mexican motorcycle gang, and like eventually, not a motorcycle gang, a club, a motorcycle club. So, you know,
like in real life?
Yeah. And he liked to ride around. And then later, we found other, like me and one of those guys found another crew that kind of had a similar thing. And like what it seems like is that there are, just like how I was playing with that dude who was probably a Crip, probably a Blood. Like he got permission to start his little thing online, and these guys got permission from their MC to do it online, and it was just for fun.
Oh my god!
So like we had like real patches and all of this stuff.
I didn't realize that the guy that started it was like a real.
Yeah. Yeah, I was telling you, like, you thought I was kidding when I said that he went away. Like, dude did a bid, and then
I don't know anything about video games, so the last video game I played was like Street Fighter.
So he went away for a while, and then he came back, and like I tried to get on, and like, yo, what's my flag? I'm not picking back being bull anymore. What's going on?
Oh my god!
So he messaged me like 3 weeks later. He was like, yo, my bad, Blood. Like I couldn't remember the password. I had to change everything, and I was already like, nah, I'm not. You know, I'm not about.
So wait,
these streets anymore.
Since you're a Blood online,
no, not a Blood online.
Can you translate that? Can you translate that to like in real life? Can you go to like a set of Bloods and be like, guys, I'm a Blood. Do you get any real life street credit?
I'm gonna say real quick, like no. Like probably like a very firm no. You know, right. Have I tried yet? I haven't. I don't see myself really doing that. You know, maybe like in a like a life
only
or
online
death situation. You know,
Yeah.
I might have to
Yeah.
like just bee walk out here, just you know.
Oh my god.
But it was a lot of fun, man. It was like it was fun, in a lot of dumb ways. It was a good time, but yeah. So I haven't done that in a long time. Weren't you supposed to tell me about food? You didn't say anything about food, did you?
I don't
We don't
know
have
what's
time.
like the good thing that
We're
I've been
done.
eating. Like I just make stuff in the house and then things happen. I don't know.
When things happen. All right.
I just throw things together.
Um, Yo, so you have been listening to episode 8, the one where I thought we were going to talk about Lovecraft Country, and in fact,
And then we just
didn't.
bullshitted.
And we
just bullshitted.
So I think what we'll do is like maybe try to get. So tonight, episode 7 should come out for Lovecraft Country. Everybody should try to watch it. Let us know what you think, because like I can like speak for us. Like Tanzim and I love it so far. I'm further along than Tanzim. There's like 2 episodes she hasn't seen yet. I'm wondering 3 episodes I think you haven't seen. I'm really wondering like how you're gonna feel about those. I can't wait to have this conversation. But audience, go peep the show. And actually, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw the gauntlet down. Ready? If you're not watching Lovecraft Country, even if you hate it, you're racist.
Oh,
You hate black people. You hate black people.
You're ridiculous.
I am ridiculous. I think that it's a show worth watching. I would love to hear from somebody who has like a real critique of why they don't like it, because there's definitely people who are out here like, I don't like it. Well, the style of like sci-fi / horror that it kind of like walks in, it's called weird. It's called weird sci-fi. It's supposed to be you're supposed to go ill. You know, you're supposed to go like, what the fuck? Because that's a part of like the Lovecraftian thing. But I think like when we do have this conversation, we'll talk a little bit about Lovecraft and like why that matters for us, like people who like were like raised in Providence, because Lovecraft is from here. A dude from my high school said that he actually graduated from my high school, which is terrible.
What high school?
Hope High. Which makes sense, you know. It's like
Wait, so he was actually from Providence?
Yeah, he was legit from Providence. Like if you look,
I thought he was like from like somewhere like out there, like Newport or something.
Nah, he was from Providence, and if you look at his writing, like a lot of things in the city that like he you know, like he doesn't call it like Brown University or RISD. It's like Mescatani University. I think that's the name of his school. And then I think he's talking about like Salem. He calls that Arkham. So like there's you know, and I think he also has that he also has the thing where like I Am Providence is the thing that he wrote. Also there's a thing he wrote called Making a Nigger. So kind of fuck him, but I think it'll be cool to talk about him and just the show. I think the show's doing a lot of really creative things. It's based on a book. I really enjoyed the book. I think the show is you know, like they talk about HBO being like prestige TV, you know, like they spare no expense. It's set in the 50s. When you look at it, it just, to me, it looks like, yo, this is like what my grandma's like 20s look like. This is, you know, this is what the world looked like at that age. I dig it. I like it. I like that it's weird. I'm here for weird. You know what I mean?
I love Letitia. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, Letitia fucking Lewis. Yeah, she's a G. I dig her. I like Homeboy too. He's mad brooding. I really like all the characters. You got to catch up though.
Yeah.
And tonight is the 7th episode.
Okay.
We should really wrap this in a second.
All right.
So yeah, we're gonna you know, I think that like, you know, we just had stuff on our chest. I'm really happy that you said the thing about Breonna Taylor, because it's just bullshit, man. It's bullshit, and you know, like we have to keep fighting to make this shit better. You know, I think that like voting is definitely important. Like, go do that, but that's not the solution, guys. That's not the solution. And I think that really the solution is like, it's still waiting for us to dream it up. And I think that we have to get real serious about like taking our optimism and our hope and weaponizing that. Like we gotta start to make this world what we need it to be, and we gotta do that.
I want to talk about that. Sorry, I want to talk about what you just said. The other part about how you think voting is important. I want to talk about that because I don't agree. But we should have that conversation maybe in the next one. We can open with that and talk a little bit about that, and then go into Lovecraft Country.
Yeah.
Yeah. But cool.
I agree.
All right. Thank you guys. Thank you for listening. Keep listening. Please give us feedback. We have that email address now, so you can send us your hate mail or love mail. We prefer love.
We do. And ratings, please.
But we'll accept any mail because we don't have any. But yeah.
And yeah, like, leave messages. Let's get interactive out here, guys. Like, like we take suggestions. We're gonna have another guest pretty soon. Because we want to, we want to keep having this exchange. This is really important. Tell your friends, you know what? Just take people's phones and just like subscribe. Just go on their phones and like subscribe to the podcast. Yeah.
Without their consent, just do it.
Oh, see, when you say it like that, that just makes it.
You see?
It's gross, but still do it.
Oh my God! Everyone's
they'll like it.
All right.
Okay.
All right, guys. Thank you.